Hey, folks, welcome back to the Becoming series, exploring the deep truths and the principles that will enable you to become everything you were created to be and do. So, let's talk about infinity. You're probably wondering why, I've been discussing some of these deeper sounding things that are so philosophical mystery and revelation, infinity. But these are all concepts really that are tied into what we're discussing, right? So infinity, what does infinity mean? Usually, or the definition, right, is of something that is boundless or endless. You can't find the beginning, you can't find the end. It is it is something that you can't put in a box, right? It exceeds the box. It's something that you can't put limitations on. It exceeds whatever sort of limitation that you want to put around it or on it. It is infinite, and this is a concept that has really attracted some of the greatest minds in history, right from the time of the ancient Greeks, right? The Greek philosophers were enthralled by the concept of infinity because they could grasp, or they could sort of grasp with their minds that there is something so much larger, you know, at play or at work, you know. And even though all the scientists and all the people and atheists and all of those people that continually want to discount the presence of a higher power, you know, they at the core of whatever they think, they must know that there is something at work that is far beyond their ability to grasp, something that is infinite, right? And how does that play out in our discussion on becoming? It plays out in the truth, right? Not the fact, in the truth that you as a person, you're actually an infinite creature. And again, if you remember what I said about infinity, it means that something that doesn't have limitation, right? And the truth of the matter is, even when we talk about death, for instance, we don't really die in the sense of the word. Death, the way we describe it, is a cessation, right? Is a full stop. After that, nothing else. But the truth of the matter is that what we call death is not a full stop. It's actually a comma. It's a transition, right? Because at the core of who you essentially are, is not what you see in the mirror, right? Or who or whatever anybody else sees when they're talking to you or they're looking at you in the face. Who you essentially are is a spirit, and the number one characteristic of spirits is that spirits do not die. Spirits do not die, right? So whatever it is that happens once you leave this earthly realm, um, is actually not death in the true sense of the word. It's actually you taking off the humus part, right? You're not. I keep saying that um, you're not a physical person trying to have a spiritual experience. You're actually a spirit being having a physical experience. So whatever it is that we are doing here on earth is only for a short period of time, relatively, which is actually finite. But who you are transcends all of that. It is infinite, right? And when you're done here, you're going to be translated into another plane. And wherever that is, depending on the things that you have done, will go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and it's not going to end. That is infinity, right? So, what am I saying in effect? I'm saying that the choices that we make while we're here, while we're still in this finite earth suit, which is really what it is, an earth suit, um, will determine what infinity plays out for us. And it's very important, right? Because we were put here for a reason. Now, whatever you do with the time that you have speaks to what will happen subsequently. So, if there's anything that you must you must hold of topmost importance is actually doing everything in your power to become whatever it is you were called to be. You must become it. You must become it because that is the totality of your existence. That is why you were brought here in the first place. Now, whenever a product doesn't follow the path that was designed for it by its manufacturer, what do you think happens to the product? It is eventually discarded or whatever it is, right? It doesn't have a very nice end. The problem in our context is that the end doesn't end, right? It just goes on and on and on. And it's, trust me, it's not something that you would want to experience in infinity. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that you must be circumspect. You must regulate the things that you do. You must, above anything, your number one priority is actually to become what you were designed and created to be and to do. Because that's the reason of it all. That's the reason of it all, right? Irrespective of whatever else you accomplish or don't accomplish, the main thing, the priority, the number one reason is for you to achieve your purpose, to achieve your assignment, to become everything you're supposed to become. So if there's nothing else that you get from everything that I've said, right? Please don't miss this one. It is highly critical.